This is the I Can Do It Hour with your host, Diane Ray.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining me for today's show. Since we're in February and it's the month of love, or it's supposed to be the month of love, and we've got Valentine's Day coming up this week, today we're going to be talking about love and the numbers. You know, can you really find a good relationship through numerology? Can it help you understand the relationship that you're in? Well, we've got someone to help us with all of those questions today. Michelle Buchanan is a speaker, a teacher, and a writer, and she's studied numerology for more than 20 years. And she's a frequent guest with us here at hayhouseradio.com, and she had a show here with us for a little while. And Michelle is going to be talking with you about love and relationships and numerology. And she's the author of the Numerology Guidebook and also these really great numerology guidance cards. So Michelle is joining me from New Zealand today. So how are you, Michelle? It's great to talk to you.
Oh, hi, Diane. Hey, I'm really well, thanks. And thanks so much for having me back on your show.
Well, it's always fun to talk with you, and numerology is so interesting. So, you know, love by the numbers. Can we really find a great relationship by the numbers? Is this possible?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, if you believe something's possible, then you increase your chances of making it possible as well.
That's true.
So, yes, on two levels. You know, like you mentioned in your opening, numerology is basically the blueprint of our life, and it explains a lot about two things. One, our personality, but more importantly, sort of our purpose and why we're here and our whole being, if you like, and our blueprint of the cycles of our life. And so when you understand those about sort of what you and what you need and understand who you are and how you function, you also work out which numbers are most compatible for you and which kind of people you're going to resonate the most with. And when you get a handle or an idea of what works best for you, you can start manifesting that into your life. You can start visualizing that. You can start getting a feel for the different types of people and numbers that are out there so that you can begin to attract that into your life. For those that are already in relationships, numerology is such a powerful tool with regards to improving the relationship, because the best way to improve a relationship is through understanding of ourselves and, of course, our partner and how we both tick, what our mechanics are, if you like. And so with numerology, if you're looking into your partner's personality profile and also the forecasting cycles that are in their life, because there'll be some years and some months and even some major blocks of time over several years where they're going to be in a specific cycle that has a grand theme of what everything is going on around them in their lives at that time. So when you understand them as a person and what they're going through in their life, and you understand yourself and what's going on in your life too, it can only bring an added dimension of understanding. It can take that relationship to a deeper level that's just formed from, just like I said, more understanding. So I think it's a fantastic tool for love.
So what do you think about 2014 so far by the numbers? Because I know last year I think was difficult for a lot of people. I don't know if you saw that.
As the vibration of the planet itself is raising, it's causing all of our own stuff to come to the surface anyway. And that will increase across the board, not necessarily saying people's lives are going to get more challenging. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, as planet Earth itself raises its vibration, we've got to step up to the plate and raise our own vibration too. And how we do that is we're kind of being edged into a corner to look at our own stuff and to sort of take a look at, hey, what's holding me back? I can't deny it anymore. I can't hide it anymore. Things are coming to the surface. So whether it's health issues or whether it's relationships breaking down because they're only held together out of fear, or, you know, they're not based on a solid, authentic love, you know, all these kinds of things can be happening. But 7, we're in 2014, so the way we get the vibration of the year itself for any given year is we add all those numbers together. So, for example, 2014 is 2014. So we add that together, and it adds up to number 7. And like I know you would have heard me say in the past, and I said it on your last show, is number 7 is everywhere when it comes to Hay House. A lot of your listeners have number 7s in their chart. You have number 7 in your chart. It's the spiritual number. It's the mind, body, spirit number that's in search of the secrets and mysteries of the universe. Deepak Chopra's a 7 life path. But number 7, we're in a 7 year this year for 2014. So what that means is there's going to be an increase across the board for people that are searching for truth, especially in the area of mind, body, spirit. And so what that means is you're going to get more people listening to Hay House Radio, more people reading books, more people attending conferences, but also more people looking deeper into themselves and what's really going on. Things can't be denied anymore in a 7. The truth will come to the surface. So it's a great time to look at who you are and what you want and where you're going and sort of start trying to achieve that, start putting those thoughts out, start making life changes and improvements so that you can improve your own life in this 7 vibration, because it's encouraging us to do that, which I think is exciting.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I've seen that just in people around me, here at work, also at home. I think this is going to be a really significant year.
It's definitely going to be a significant year on many levels for individual people on their own personal journey, whether that's personal development or spiritual development or both. And also for the world itself, and the economy, and the truth is just going to start to come out. Things will no longer be able to be denied. So very exciting and moving forward for us all.
Well, that's good news. And also for people that are looking for relationships, could it be a good year for that?
It's a great year if you're looking for relationships, because we also have our own personal year numbers, and that's, of course, what I'll be going through with the calls I take today. So I can give those people some added insight into their own personal year number, because we have the universal year number, which is what 2014 is. That number 7 is called a universal year or a world year number. That tells us what the energy is for the world itself. But then we all have our own individual personal year number, and some numbers are strongly love and relationship focused. Some are saying, look, you've got more chance of finding love this year if you love yourself more, because this year is for you to go within and to work on you rather than going outside of yourself and trying to find something outside of you to complete you. So that's why our own personal number will determine the answer to that question you just asked. And obviously I'm doing that online seminar on the 1st of April, your 2014 forecast, where it will be talking about that personal year number of each individual, and not just the forecast of what that year entails and, what direction to put your time and energy in to get the best results. More importantly, I'm going to give manifestation tips for each of those individual personal year numbers, because every number is a different vibration. Some are actually a great year for manifestation and taking action, and some are like, hey, let's just step back. We're going to start to secure what we've already attracted and start making that better rather than going out and trying to get more. So manifestation tips for each individual number and how to deliberately attract things you want. And like I said, today I'll be taking calls and telling everyone about their own personal year numbers and in relation to love.
That's great. And I'm glad you mentioned the online event, because we had to reschedule, but now we have everything nailed down, I think. It's all...
Yeah, we've got everything nailed down.
Yeah, it's
now.
all good.
It's funny because, they always say there's no such thing as an accident to the universe, and everything unfolds as as and when it's meant to. And it's funny because when we're doing it on the 1st of April, we've already got that first quarter over and done with. Everyone's going to have an idea now of the energy they're dealing with for this year. Things will settle down after Christmas and that sort of adjustment time, and then we can go full forward ahead with all our energy and alignment and just go, boom, let's knock out those next 9 months and make them the best they can be. So I'm actually quite happy with the change. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good time. Although it's not spring in New Zealand in April, is it?
I know. We're the opposite of you guys.
Is it freezing there?
It's coming into autumn.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's interesting. Totally different.
A bit colder for us as you start to warm up.
Yeah, different season. So I had given you some info, and you were going to throw out some of my numbers there, just to get us warmed up. So,
and your partner's numbers.
Yeah. Well, this will be interesting because I don't think I've ever done that before. So I think is my life path a 9? I think you told me that. Am I a 9?
Absolutely. You're a 9 life path,
I am.
like Louise Hay, Mother Teresa, and Gandhi.
Wow.
But don't let it go to your head.
It's pressure.
But you've also got that beautiful 7 destiny number, like I mentioned before, saying so many Hay House callers and authors have the 7 prominent in their chart, and it's your destiny number, and it's also your maturity number, which is saying your life. The maturity number tells us in the later part of our life what our main goal is, and your main goal for the later part of your life is that 7. It's I want to find out more about all of this stuff. Like I want to learn more. I want to raise my vibration more. I want to read more. You're in the perfect place to do so with the job that you do. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, that is perfect.
It is perfect. And so I took your numbers of your own chart and then also Barry's chart. And there's just a couple of things I wanted to ask you about Barry first so that I can confirm on the right track. So Barry's an 8 life path with a 1 destiny. And that says that he has the ability in business to be a leader, to be either, has he ever been a supervisor or a manager or self-employed? Because the 8 has potential to be self-employed. And if they can ever do that in their life at some stage.
Well, that's really interesting because I've never told you anything about my husband, and you're absolutely right. He is self-employed now. He has opened his own business this year and has run other businesses before. So he's always been kind of in that. Although he has worked for companies, yes.
Yeah.
He has. So that's right. Wow.
Yeah, that's the number that if they're not self-employed, so it says 8 has the ability to be self-employed, and if they can have their own business at some stage in their life, providing their mindset is positive, because these are the 1 and the 8 very powerful manifestation numbers. So what you believe will be very strongly with number 1 and 8 because they're very strong mind numbers. And so providing they have a positive attitude and they believe they can be successful, when an 8 has their own business, they're like, wow, I've reached the top of the summit. This is what I've come to do. This is what makes me feel good. And we all know, though, running a business isn't easy because you're the one in charge. It all comes down to you, But they're very happy in that role. And if they can't, then they are managers, supervisors, team leaders. Let's say, for example, you had an 8 and they were in a small town and there's no big corporate companies or anything like that. They might just they might have their own business, might be the local general store, or they might be the manager of the gas station,
Right.
So it's all in proportion to your environment. But yeah, I'm glad that he is self-employed. Make sure you pass on to him that I said, be positive. Make sure that you believe you can succeed, because number 8, it can worry. It can worry about things that haven't yet happened and the possibility that they might.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
But he does feel that it can succeed. So does it look like this is going to be the big year?
Well, here's the thing. It will be,
I'm hoping.
if he believes it will be. See, what happened is he's in a 2-year. So the 2-year, now some numerologists believe our personal year number, so that's that number that I said is in relation to us individually rather than the 7 being for the whole world. He's in a 2 personal year number. Now, some numerologists believe that we go into our own personal year number on January the 1st, the same as the calendar year ticks over. And then others say, oh, no, it's on our birthday, because we were born on our birthday and our cycle goes birthday to birthday. And I put in my book, the Numerology Guidebook, it's got to come down with what resonates most with you, because there are 2 theories out there. Neither is right or wrong. They're just 2 theories. You've got to go with what feels right for you. So if we go with the theory that his cycle changes on his birthday, then he's still in a 1 year of new beginnings. And when he goes into October on his birthday, he'll go into a 2. If you go with the theory that the personal year is on January the 1st, then he's already in a 2. The 2 is about a new beginning has already been created for him, because he was in a 1 before that, which is all about he would have been forced to create a whole new fresh cycle of events in his life. He started a brand new 9-year chunk of time. And so he was being urged to create a new start, which he did. So the 2 was saying, well, we've created that new start now. The seed has been created, or it's sprouted. Let's water the garden. Let's sort of make sure that seed can sprout up and be strong, and it can weather the storms, and it can really hang in there and cement its roots so it can be strong. So, for example, so that this business can really start to grow. And if he puts love and energy and work and effort into it, then it can definitely sprout and be something. And it's funny because he's just entered a brand new major life cycle. So when he turned 56 in last October, big turning point for him, he went into a 22 cycle. Now what that means, Diane, and he's also a 9 maturity number, is this business that he's involved in, or if it's not the business, in his personal life, has he taken a turn where he's more concerned about the well-being of people in some way? because he just entered a 22 cycle, which is a master number that is saying, I want to do something for the community or for humanity, or have you noticed in him as a person that over the last few years that he's been more inclined to want to do something for...
That's actually very interesting. You're very right on all of that, because the new business is helping people quit smoking.
Oh my God!
And you hit that right on the head. That's so interesting.
And what was he doing before that, out of curiosity, when he was a manager and doing other? Was it just corporate business?
Yeah,
stuff?
It was just for like a phone sales company, like Business Systems.
Yeah, and he would be able to run the ship because the Aitken really knows how to make everything work and do what needs to be done, but it wouldn't have made his heart sing because he's a low maturity number, you see.
Yeah, he hated that job.
He would have hated it, but he would have done it because it would have given him the money and he can do it and it's just what he's skilled at, but he wouldn't have loved it. He wouldn't have enjoyed it, but now he's moved into a cycle where the universe is giving him opportunities to make more of a meaningful difference in either the world or in the community or in individual people's lives. So he's on the right path. But of course, as we all know, with every single one of us, not just Barry, life is full of ups and downs. And nothing's ever completely easy.
No, not at all.
You know, so it always takes effort. But with that 1 and 8, he's a 1 destiny with the 8 life path and an 8 personality, if he can believe that he's doing what he's doing for the benefit of the greater good and that the universe will come to the party to help him do good in the world, and if he does practical action and make smart business moves as well, then he can be successful as long as he believes in his heart that what he's doing is for the right reasons. And any time he worries about things, if, say, you have a good month and then a bad month or something happens that shakes him up a bit, because he is in a 2-year. When you get to that 2-year, it's emotional, so you can feel a bit more hypersensitive than normal. So it's good for you as his partner to know that, because you can be aware, oh, my God, he's a bit touchy this year. He won't stay that way. So don't think, Jesus, you know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm in a 2-year as well. I've already bawled my eyes out about three times this year, just for meaningful things that make your heart sing. It's like, oh, my God, I cried at my bloody Facebook video, for goodness sake. You know?
I think a lot of people did, though.
Yeah, it's pretty special, even the music.
It is.
But, yeah, so he's on the right path. Just anytime something shakes him or he feels a bit like, oh, am I doing the right thing, or how come it was good and now it's gone down, if he taps back into his heart center of why he's doing this and why he loves this, and gets back into that, because that's what's real. That's the truth of the situation he's in. When he does that and starts building on that, he's generating that energy from his heart and it's going out into the world and it's beaming out, and the universe will grab a hold of that and it'll run with it. It'll say, yeah, let's get back to the real stuff, instead of focusing all his attention on the worry or the, oh, my God, am I doing the right thing? Or
Well, it is worrying, starting a new business. It's a lot of work, definitely, 6-7 days a week sometimes. But I know he really believes in making it a success and helping a lot of people to quit smoking. So that's really interesting how you're able to get really accurate with these numbers.
Oh, honestly.
I'm more of a believer now.
I know, and I think for me, my saying about numerology is this. If you're into personal development, it's the missing link. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. If you're all about, hey, how can I improve myself? How can I love myself? How can I manifest the things I want? This is the missing piece of the puzzle, you see, because it's a self-understanding and the recognition of what your blueprint is and what you're here to achieve and what you can achieve. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm like, God, when I found this stuff out 20 years ago, it blew my mind, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, this whole system is laid out here very, very neatly. It's very precise.
Yeah, and it's not that difficult if it's taught in an easy way. And my book, the Numerology Guidebook, teaches it in a very practical, easy, down-to-earth way, which is the key. Because it's, some people get a bit scared with regards to numbers and maths and all that sort of thing. So,
well, I do too. I'm one of those people.
Yeah, me too.
Where numbers, you're like, it kind of it freaks you out a little bit, or you think you have to know a lot of math. But with this system, you really don't, because you're just counting to 10, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're just adding up, and it depends on, you're adding things up and you're breaking them down to a single number, and each number between 1 and 9, and then, of course, the master numbers, 11, 22, and so on, they have a meaning. And when you know what those meanings are, it's really just a matter of mix and match. You might know that the meaning of number 5, for example, and it doesn't matter where a 5 appears in someone's chart, you know the personality traits that go with that. And so it's a matter of learning those number meanings, and then it's mix and match. And that can be quite easy when you know what you're doing.
And so you can just do it in your head, right? When you meet
people?
people?
I can do just a birth date,
right.
which is what a lot of numerologists do when they're on live readings and stuff, because it's easy and it's fast, but I'm a bit anal because I've got anal numbers that like to do everything more accurately. So I use a program and just tap in the information as fast as I can and get the 7 core numbers and read with those 7 numbers, because it's not just one number that's telling you about one bit of information. It's the whole picture.
Right.
So I don't want to just say, oh, this, and this.
Well, during the break, I mean, we've got so many people lined up here, and I've got you logged in so you can see everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yep.
So you'll be able to run some numbers during the break. So just really quickly, though, looking at my numbers and Barry's, yes. Do you think that, does it look like a good match, or do we have conflicting numbers?
Well, there are challenging areas, as there are with most relationships, to be honest, because
sure.
We're here to learn and grow. And if you can't grow when you're sitting still and everything's happy as Larry, it's just not going to happen. But for the most part, though, you are soulmates.
Oh, okay.
You have 3 numbers that match. And I remember Glynis McCann's listening to her years ago, and her saying something like, out of the 6 numbers, if 3 of them are the same, then you're a soulmate connection, and you have 3 the same out of 6. So that's really cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Did you share? Sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, well, because just to give everybody hope, we didn't meet in my 20s or anything. I didn't get married until 44. So
awesome.
So it can happen to all the women who think that after 35 it's just hopeless. It is definitely not.
No, it's not, because there's more going on than just one physical person looking for a physical person. The universe is involved, soulmates are involved, energy's involved, and it's a much bigger picture, and it's magical. It doesn't matter how old you are, how many kids you have, whether you've been married 3 times, whether you're 56 and never been married. It doesn't matter. That's all sort of benchmarks and criteria that society has created that makes us feel bad about ourselves.
Right, and it's not true.
No, it's not. As far as the universe is concerned, there's no benchmark. It's just what you believe and what you're putting out there energetically, And it's. But do you guys share a common sense of humour, though? Because you've both got the number 3, and that means, fun and communication. Do you have a lot of banter, a lot of talk going on between you? Yes,
we do, and that's probably why this relationship is working as opposed to others, because we do laugh a lot and have a good sense of humor, and we will talk things out.
Yes, see, that's the 3. The 3 is the communication number. It's also the humor number, the entertainment, the entertainer number. So,
well, he is entertaining.
Entertaining friends, having a few wines or whatever, and just having a right old laugh. I mean, that's raising your vibration through the roof with those 3s.
That's great. Okay.
And that is a very strong part of your relationship. You're in a 4 personal year this year, Diane, which means that this is a year to sort of knuckle down, though, and to do whatever it is that you need to do in your life to cement things, to make things stronger. For example, if it was things you needed to do around the home to make the home better, or if it's something you needed to learn to study or something to raise your own criteria, or whether it's just things at work. You might be busier at work. You might have to take on more, things to do within those hours that you're at work than you normally would. And the 4 is all about putting your head down, your bum up, and crossing your T's, dotting your I's, doing whatever needs to be done to make things function better. But you may not get the results as quickly as you would normally get them. And so you might say, hang on a minute,
get focused.
Yeah.
I need to kind of knuckle down and get focused.
Yeah, definitely need to focus, prioritize, and patience is the key word. Patience and perseverance is a key word in a 4-year, because it's almost like you could do the exact same amount of effort, put the exact same amount of effort into achieving something in any other year, and you'll get the results in a certain period of time. With a 4, it may take twice as long, and you'll be doubting yourself. You might go, oh, my God, I've put all this effort, and where are the results? But see, here's the key. The universe is testing you for your dedication and commitment. And so if you sit there and you go, oh, I'm ahead of the game here, I'm in a 4-year.
Right.
So I know that I'm still going to keep plugging away because I know I'm going to get the results. I'm just being tested.
That is so fascinating. You are so right on. We're going to be talking with our callers here in the next segment and have Michelle do the numbers. We'll be right back.
This is the I Can Do It Hour with your host, Diane Ray.
We're back with my special guest today, numerologist Michelle Buchanan, the author of the Numerology Guidebook and the Numerology Guidance Cards, which are really cool. And Michelle has been feverishly running numbers during the break here to give you guys some amazing readings here. And she's very accurate. I mean, she zeroed right in on me and my relationship here. So I'm anxious to hear what she can do for you guys. So I'm kind of going to turn it over. And Michelle, you can see all the info up here. So you go ahead and grab who you think would be good.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, well, I'm going to start with line 2, and we've got Karen on line 2 from Lake Tahoe in California. Can you hear me, Karen?
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Diane. Yes, I can.
Hi.
Hear me?
How are you?
Hi. Well, I'm great. It's a beautiful day. We got about 18 inches of snow last night. My son's up skiing, and I'm listening to your show.
That's fantastic. Wow.
I was going to tell you before we got started, my mom's birthday was February the 14th on Valentine's Day. And so in my family, it was always a big holiday. Because not only was it Valentine's Day and all the married couples in the family would get together and celebrate, but, it was my mom's birthday, so that kind of brought us all in.
And this week's going to be very special for your family then, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I've been widowed for 17 years, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done?
No, absolutely. And that's the first thing you need to start with, Karen, is never think of it as, what have I done? Okay, because even just saying that statement and having that belief, well, look, we attract what we believe, you see, sweetheart.
Right.
And so to be thinking, think of it this way.
The words I speak.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure you will have this belief somewhere that says, well, you know what, I had my turn. I was given love, it was taken away from me, and that was it for me. And so you may be having this belief, whether it's conscious or subconscious,
right.
that is there really a
marriage.
Yeah.
So I do think that a lot. I always think, well, I really had a wonderful relationship with my husband, and maybe that was my love.
That's right, and so that's the first thing. So congratulations on having the ability to recognise that belief exists with you, because that's the first step to us changing things. So now we need to come up with some new beliefs. First of all, we need to examine the old beliefs, such as, what do I really believe about love? So first of all, we've established that you believe that, I had love, so that's possibly it for me. The second belief that we've already established within a few seconds is, what have I done? Right. What have I done, to deserve this?
What am I not doing?
What am I not doing? It's all about me. I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing enough, or it was really just simply I had my turn. So let's start focusing in on that first and turning that around. Now, what I can tell you about your numbers, Karen, now I just want to confirm, your birth date is July 17th, 1956?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, and I won't say your name on it, your full name on air, but I've got it here, and I've got your numbers here. And by the way, for everyone that I'm doing a reading for today on air, please email me through my website, www.michellebuchanan.co.nz, because I'm going to be giving you a personality profile and 12-month forecast report of all your numbers. Beautiful. So that you will have something, of your numbers here. So please contact me after the reading. I will send that to you.
Okay.
I've got your numbers here. Now, you, out of your 7 core numbers, or core numbers, as you say in America, that's C-O-R-E, core. Out of your 7 core numbers. I'm a good
Scotty girl.
What's that?
I says I'm a good Scotty girl.
Oh, bless you. Well, out of those 7 numbers, you have 3 number 5s. And number 5 has a very busy mind. You think a lot. Do you think a lot? Do you can't stop that mind from thinking?
Yeah, I think a lot, and I'm real creative with, the directions that I mean, as far as what's my passion in life, I have about 6 of them.
Well, you will, because you're a 5. See, 5 is, how they've got that busy mind. There's a lot going on. They're a busy energy, and that busy energy is multi-talented also. And so they have gifts in many different areas. And in fact, one of their life lessons is to learn to hone in on ones that are the most significant for them and not scatter their energy in many or have their finger in too many pies so that they don't become a jack of all trades, but that they specialize in key areas and get bigger results, okay? So when it comes to manifestation, it's a matter of choosing some strong beliefs that you're going to focus on. For example, let's make a new belief for you. Love is on its way. I had love 17 years ago, and new love is entering my life. So let's start with that one. Boom, done. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing enough. I'm perfectly fine as I am right here, right now, today. It's just a matter of timing. And so let's turn that ship around. Let's turn around and focus in key areas. So one key area, working on the beliefs. Another key area, doing things deliberately that are going to attract love into your life. Okay, so first of all, start with self-love. I want you to focus on all of the things that you like about yourself. Celebrate your good points. Don't even give attention to anything you don't like about yourself. Okay, if you, let's say hypothetically, you don't like your nose. When you look in the mirror, don't even look at your nose. Look at your beautiful eyes. Look at your beautiful, juicy lips. You see what I mean? If you don't like your legs, hey, just check them briefly in the mirror to make sure your skirt's not, and you're caught up in your knickers or anything. And then sort of just focus on your boobs, focus on your waist, or just don't give attention to the thing, but celebrate your good points. Even if it means journaling every night before you go to bed. 3 things that you like about yourself. It doesn't have to be big things like, oh, I look like a movie star. It can be stuff like, I love the way that I'm so caring towards others. I love the way that I bake apple pie. I love my sense of humor. Because when you focus on your good points, not only will it raise your vibration, but it's giving more energy and attention to those points, which will not only make them improve them, but it will attract, it's like your signal is going out to the universe. It's beaming out and it's going, wow, this is all the good stuff about me. There's someone out there that's going to catch that and that's going to resonate with that and that's going to come and meet with me. And that will be your soulmate. So it's like relighting that sort of soulmate beaming energy that's been sent out to the universe, but you need to light the fire first, and that's by giving deliberate attention to those things that you like about yourself.
Right, right.
You're in a 4 personal year this year, so like I said, this is a 7 universal or world year number for everybody. But your individual personal year number is a 4. And that's about laying the foundation to get your life to where you want it to be. Doing what needs to be done, like doing the work of what needs to be done to get your life the way you want it to be. It's the perfect number to meet someone and to start a solid relationship that will take you through to the next part of your life.
Beautiful.
It is. So there's nothing wrong with the timing. You've just entered that. There's nothing wrong with the timing. You're in a 1 pinnacle, which is all about new beginnings. What it will be with you, the only things holding you back will be letting your mind get away with you. Your mind complicate things, and your mind and your thoughts and the self-talk and the chitter-chatter and the busy mind telling you negative things that aren't true. So you're going to have to be strong-minded and disciplined over those thoughts. And make sure that you steer them in a positive direction, because the timing is fine for you. I'm just going to draw a couple of cards here for you from the numerology.
Well, thank you, Michelle.
That's all right, gorgeous.
Yeah, wonderful way to start my day. I'm going to put a little dress on.
Hey, wouldn't it be funny if your mum was the one that made sure that you got through and got a reading?
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm so excited about her birthday. And then 2014, there's another 214 there.
Wow. Oh, my God, you're going to die. I've got goosebumps everywhere. If I had photo, I would take a photo and show you my goosey arms.
Oh, my gosh.
I just drew 3 cards for you from the numerology guidance cards. The first card is 56. That's relationship change. That is saying that your relationship circumstances are changing.
Wow.
The second card I got is one of my favorites in the deck. It's 87, synchronicity. And synchronicity is one of my favorite cards because what it's really basically saying is believe in the synchronicity of the universe. Believe in the magic that we will be led to where we need to be, and that there is a greater power going on. There is something going on behind the scenes that brings everything together. And if you believe in that, it will work for you. It's almost like that Peter Pan, believe you can fly, believe in the magic.
Oh, know. Sometimes I think I used to be a fairy.
You know, you probably still are a bloody fairy. You'll have to talk to Doreen about that.
I know.
I remember I have a friend, you see, and she's an angel reader. She's an angel therapist. She trained with Doreen many years ago here in New Zealand. And I always admired her and looked up to her because she was this angel woman. And she could see angels since she was a little girl, and I never saw anything, and I was just a numerologist. And it's funny, and I said to her, she said, Michelle, you have the fairy energy. And I'm like, bloody typical. I've got the fairy energy. I just want to be one of the beautiful angels. Why did I get the fairy energy? And you're the grand angel. It was so funny. But the fairy energy is all about laughter and fun and joy, and it brings joy into other people's lives. So that's really special too. So that 87.
I have fairies all over.
Oh, bless you. I can feel that. That 80. So basically, in the third card, you want to know what the third one is?
Yeah.
93, happy ending. No word of a lie.
Oh, my God. How exciting.
No word of a lie. 56, relationship circumstances are changing. 87, synchronicity. But you need to believe in it. Okay, so that card is saying, yes, there's magic. Yes, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. But you've got to believe in it to make it happen.
Oh, right. Well,
and 93, happy ending. So I can't tell you when that's going to happen. It's all going to come down to you. Only you can decide the answer to that. But I can just tell you that it exists out there for you, and that you just need to make it go out there and make adjustments to attract that into your life.
All right. Well, I am ready to rock.
Yay, rock and roll, girlfriend.
I'm going to put some music on now and dance.
Do you know what? One of the cards in my deck is actually number 32, the music card. And what that card is saying, and it's basically saying that you listen to music that makes your heart sing, or even anything else, whether it's a movie or being with certain people, but music raises your vibration through the roof. If you're listening to music you love, it will raise your vibration to such a powerful extent. Here's the key. When you're trying to attract something, your vibration needs to consistently be at a certain frequency. Music is a great way to get your vibration to that frequency. So it's a very powerful tool for manifestation. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I'm going to have to put my Andre Bocelli on.
Absolutely. You go for it. You put that music on, Karen, and thank you so much for calling. And email me, and I will send you a report of your numbers, okay?
Thank you so much, Michelle, and happy Valentine's Day, Diane and Michelle, to both of you.
You too. Wow,
Thank
this is
you.
your year, Karen.
Have a
Thank
beautiful
you, Karen.
For sure.
Oh,
wow, what a great reading you gave Karen, Michelle. She's going to be just, spinning on the roof today, just so happy in the clouds.
With those 3 5s she's got, it's such a magnetic energy as well. And when a 5 has got a high vibration, when a 5 is beaming that energy out there, my God, we feel it because it's just such a magical energy. So she's got 3 of those. So she's going to have a great time.
Yeah. So who's next? I'm excited.
We're going to go line 4. I've got Valerie. Valerie is in Minnesota, and she's on line 4. Are you there, Valerie?
Yes, I am. Hello. Thank you.
How are you? That's fine. It's so good to talk to you. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, it's a blessing for me to talk to you.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I'm just going to confirm your date of birth. That's okay with you?
Yeah.
I've got down here the 2nd of February, 1953.
Yes.
Brilliant. So you've recently had a birthday, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Well, congratulations. You're in a new year. Have you just turned 61?
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, it's funny because how I was just saying with Diane a bit earlier that some numerologists believe the personal year number begins on January the 1st and others believe it's on our birthday. Well, that doesn't really matter so much for you because your birthday's right at the beginning of the year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you are definitely in your personal year now, which is a 2, which is the same as Diane's partner Barry and the same as me.
Oh, okay.
With that 2 personal year. So let's have a look here. So your question is, what is holding me back from finding my soul relationship?
Yep.
And so with the 2 year, the beauty of the 2 year is that we're more sensitive than we normally are in any other year. So on one hand, we may be hypersensitive to things that can bother us. So, for example, if we're feeling bad about ourselves or, things upset us, then we can react a lot more. We can feel it a lot deeper than we normally would. Mm-hmm. But on the positive, it means that our intuition is a lot sharper, a lot stronger. So if you're working on, developing your intuitive abilities or your psychic connection, or if you do any healing work or energy work or any of that, then wow, you're like a beaming in it. You're on fire this year. You're picking up stuff all around left, right, and center. So obviously a tip would be to protect your vibration, to just make sure you are doing protective exercises and calling on Archangel Michael and visualizing white light and all that sort of thing, just to keep yourself protected.
Okay.
But another good thing about that 2-year, Valerie, it can be the love year.
Oh, okay.
I know. So one of the things that could have been holding you back in the past would be timing. You are currently in a 2-year. So last year, you went into a whole brand new 9-year cycle. The big cycle is called the major life cycle, and that's a cycle we have in our life. That tells us about the next 20-something, 30-odd years. And you're in a 9 cycle now. And what that 9 cycle is saying about being more of a humanitarian. And I can see you're a 22-4 life path. You're a 6 destiny. You're born on the 2nd. You give so much to other people. Do you find that? You give more than you receive?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
I know. But the cycle will give you, the universe will give you more opportunities to serve. And so sometimes attracting love isn't just about love. For example, sometimes attracting love isn't just about being positive about love and, doing things to attract love. It's about raising your vibration in other areas of your life. And so this is why I love the relationship between manifestation and numerology. Because numerology shows us our blueprint and the cycles of time we're in and what the grand theme is for a block of time. In other words, what we should be doing with our energy to raise our vibration, to get us in sync with the universal flow of our numbers. In other words, where our numbers are leading us and what's going on for us. If we work in harmony with that natural energy flow, it raises our vibration and tunes us into the universe. So therefore, it increases our ability to manifest things.
Okay.
So with you doing things to make a difference in the community or in other people's lives, that's actually raising your vibration, which is getting you more in harmony and more in sync with the universe, which will increase your ability to attract love. But here's the thing. Because of the 6 and the 2 that you've got, you have to define your personal limits and boundaries and learn to say no. Now, you're 61 now, so I would say you've got a handle on that, or are you still sort of needing a bit of work in that area even now at 61?
No, I've learned quite a bit of late, yes.
Great. You've got a 1 soul number, which is saying you've had to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. So being alone for a period of time was essential to your personal growth, because you had to learn to love yourself, to believe in yourself, and to be able to take care of yourself by yourself because of that 1. But the 6 and the 2 naturally wants to be part of a twosome and wants to be there to nurture someone, but you need to learn to receive love. Now, your 6 is also a perfectionist. Do you find that there may have been people that may have crossed your path, but you go, oh, I don't like that. or that ticks the box, but that doesn't. Oh, I don't like that. And it may even be like little things, like, oh, I don't like the way they dress.
Okay.
Or just, do you find that, though, as a 6, there may have been opportunities?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah, so there's no shortage of opportunities. And
Just
so
fussy.
let's look, sorry, what were you going to say?
I said maybe just a little fussy.
Yeah, that's right, and that's typical of the 6.
Okay.
And that's your destiny number. That's the total of your birth certificate name. So that 6 is the loving, responsible carer of all. That's that side of you. It's like the mother hen, the let me take care of things, I'll sort everything out. But the 6 is here to learn about how to accept imperfection. That's one of your major life lessons. So that means accepting the imperfection in yourself as well as the imperfection in other people. And so even if it means having a look, and this will be a way to attract love into your life, go about your day-to-day business. See people, see men that aren't going to be your perfect match. And this exercise has nothing to do with whether they're your perfect match or not. It's simply to teach you to look at things in men that you may not be attracted, men that you're not necessarily attracted to and want relationship with, but you're able to spot something positive about them. For example, oh goodness, I'd never go out with that guy, but isn't it really lovely the way he's speaking to his children or the way he's pushing his child on that swing? Or look at that man over there, I wouldn't go out with him, but isn't it lovely the way he dresses and the way he puts himself together? He's not my cup of tea, he's 20 years too young for me, but what a beautiful smile. So what you're doing is you're training yourself to look for the good things,
Mm-hmm.
so that the majority of your focus is on the positive rather than the challenging aspects, and you will attract what you focus the majority of your attention on. So let me tell you about this 2 year you're in. This is a year where many people meet their soulmates.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
It is wonderful news. It is wonderful news. So, again, like I was saying to Karen before you, take a look at what some of the beliefs are that may be holding you back. You know, and do you have any sort of beliefs like, oh, there's no one out there that's a perfect match for me? Most people most guys this age are, not my cup of tea, or that they're mostly married, or, have a look at some of the beliefs that you have and turn them around.
All right.
Okay, another good thing you can do, that it's interesting, it's give attention to love. So in order to attract love, give attention. So, for example, read romance novels. Watch romantic movies. Remind yourself that love can come from nowhere. It can come from out of left field. It makes no difference what you look like. It makes no difference how old you are. None of that is relevant. And remind yourself of that. Even if it means looking at people that are of a similar age or a similar circumstance that you are in and they were in, and how they found love. Okay. And reminding you that, oh my God, these things really can happen. As crazy as it sounds, those are ultimate ways to attract what you focus your attention on. So I'm just going to draw some cards for you.
Okay, great.
And see what comes up in this 2 personal year you're in. Oh my goodness, domestic harmony, rebirth. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, first of all, I got domestic harmony. So it's saying that things are, and this may not necessarily have anything necessarily to do with love, because the way that I've created these cards is to say the law of attraction cards as well. And so they'll basically say areas that you need to address that are going to raise your vibration, that in order to attract the things you want, you need to have a vibration at a consistent frequency in order to attract those things. So sometimes cards can come up that are completely unrelated to the topic, but in addressing them, you'll raise your vibration and attract the topic.
Right.
So domestic harmony I got, which is a really good card. It's card 46, and that is saying that things to do with whether it's the actual home, whether it's your dynamics within the home, or whether it's your family as a whole that may not necessarily live in your home but may live in other states, or just dynamics of the family, the home, and everything within the home is getting better. Domestic harmony.
Good.
It is a really good card. It's one of my favorite cards because as a single mum with a couple of kids and trying to do everything at once, when I get this card, I just love it. I'm like, yay, things are going to be smooth at home. I really need things smooth at home, and when I love that because it's the key, the foundation to everything, because that's where you spend all your time. You've got a lot of connections with family and the home. Next card I got for you is card 16, which is rebirth, and also rebirth. Card 16, rebirth.
Oh, okay.
And right beside that, I got card 7, personal growth, which are very appropriate for the 7 world year number that we're in. The 16 rebirth is a 7 as well, and you got right next to that 7 personal growth. So that tells me that you are going through a transformation internally as a person. This is a very important year for you to improve who you are, or to work on areas that have been holding you back, that are going to be the missing link to getting you to where you need to be. And self-love came beside that. Okay?
That is so true. I left a job of 15 years a couple months ago. It was so stressful. So it is my time for me.
Oh, my
Very
God.
true.
That's incredible, because the last card I got was new beginnings. Beside the self-love was number 1, new beginnings.
Yep.
Basically, in other words, you've honoured your own needs above the paycheck and the security, and you've gone, for God, I've got to put myself first, and I've got to give this up. And you did. You put yourself first, and you gave up that job for your well-being.
And I got to jump in real quick, Valerie, though. And Michelle, Valerie can get in touch with you to have her whole reading, right? Because we're running out of time.
Oh my God,
unfortunately,
really?
I know it went by so fast, but I do want to get your website in there so people can get in touch with you, michellebuchanan.co.nz for New Zealand. And also check out our Hay House website for Michelle's upcoming live